Welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back if you're joining on YouTube. Welcome back to the Metropolis Talk Show where we talk sports, Celtics, and Celtics. Um, my apologies for not going live at all this entire series. I was planning on going live after every single game. After game one, I was too mad to get on and do one. And then the rest kind of trickled and it kind of turned into um, getting busy and just not being in the mood. Yo, Beef, thank you for this sub. 5 months. Welcome to the talk show, my friend. Um, but let's talk about it. The Celtics are moving to the Eastern Conference Finals again. Big Drew, what up, baby? Say hi to YouTube. Celtics are moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals yet again. Yet again. Um, They defeated Philadelphia in Game 7 last night. Today's date is May 15th. Um, and it was a good series. It was a good series, and I have a lot to unpack. We're strictly talking Celtics, Sixers, Celtics, a little bit of Heat maybe, but strictly Celtics ball for this episode. I know usually I like to touch on all the different games and series going on, but we're gonna stick with the Celtics tonight because there's too much to unpack. One, because I didn't make any episodes throughout the whole series, and then two, there's just a lot moving forward, Celtics and Sixers that we need to dissect a little bit. So let's start with game one, or I'll just ramp us right into last night. Um, Game one, James Harden game. I wasn't concerned after that loss. I was just pissed off. Game two, bounce back game. That was the big 30-point win where the game was over before it even started. Game three was, let me pull these up exactly. Look at 70. I need to get my games right because it was game uh, series scores. Okay. Okay, it's only showing me yesterday's. Game two was blowout land. Game three, that was when they went to Philly, and they stole that one in Philly, which I'm starting to get. Oh yeah, game three was the one they stole in Philly. I think they won by 8. And then that was on Cinco de Mayo. Game four was another James Harden game. No, that was when both of they just beat us up. I think Embiid and Harden had like 25, Embiid had like 33 or something that in game 4. Went back to Boston, lose in Boston. We lose in Boston. Um, the James Harden game. What up, Knox? I welcome in. James Harden game in Boston was game 5. Game 6, they throw, and that's the 3.5 minute JT game. And then we got a full 48-minute JT game in game 7, the legacy game. Like I said, didn't make episodes throughout the series, so I'm going to kind of touch on a lot of them, but I think we'll talk about last night mostly and then moving forward. Game 7, legacy game. I tweeted it out, okay? I tweeted it out. Let me show you guys something. Actually, I didn't tweet this out, but I messaged a couple people. Let me show you guys something real quick. Tell me what this says right here. 2:38 p.m. The game was started at 3. Buddy of mine, Sixers and 7. Tatum legacy game. And he said, last game with Brown as a Celtic. Okay, there's one. There's one tweet. Then I went out of my way at 1:46 p.m. and texted my other dude, legacy game for JT tonight. He said, "No, sir, 76ers by 7." I said, "Celtics by 20." And we won by 23 with a JT legacy game. Listen, I'm not here to gas myself up, okay? I'm not here to gas myself up. But when I say I've watched every single tip-off this past season, I've watched every single tip-off. I know my boys. I know the Celtics. Yo, Matt, welcome to the stream. He said you better be getting paid for these ads I get before your stream. I don't get paid a lot. Actually, I don't get paid at all because I shut them off. Um, just hit that subscribe button and you won't have to see the ads. But the pre-roll ads I don't get paid for, which is insane, but that's all right. Damn, what happened to my lighting? The freaking sun. Um, so let's just say that I know my Celtics, okay? And I'm not gonna sit here and gas myself up because anybody can say anything and somebody's gonna get it right, right? Sorry, I'm trying to get this lighting right. However, good lord. Good lord. Um, let's really discuss this stuff, bro. Stop playing around. Whatever. That's the lighting we're getting right now. Oh, here we go. I figured it out. My bad. My bad. My bad. Jesus. Um, last night Tatum legacy game. Let's, bro. What's wrong with this? I had it set up. The sun freaking falls behind a cloud outside and butchers my whole freaking setup. You guys honestly might just have to deal with this. This is what it's gonna be. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Sorta. We'll deal with that. All right, Tatum legacy game. Let's run some quick stats. Uh, 42 minutes, 51 points. Like Al Horford gave us 6 points in 34 minutes. Rob 6, 30 minutes. JB 25 minutes or 41 minutes, 25 points. Smart gave us 39 minutes with 7. Brogdon was our third leading scorer with 12 points in 29 minutes. And then D White gave us a nice hot 3-pointer. We need to discuss the Sixers first. I need to talk about them simply for the simple fact that this is not the same roster coming back next year for these guys. I've been watching interviews all morning. They're very hopeful. They still trust the process. There comes a point where the process is dead, okay? And not necessarily the process is dead, but more so the process is an excuse to be okay with losing. The sun's back outside of freaking clouds, so now I mess up the lighting. I'm not gonna mess with it. You're gonna deal with this like I am. Embiid threw his teammates under the bus again. Exactly. But the process, Sixers motto for the past what now? 5 years, give or take, since 2018, 2017, has been the process to getting over the hump. The process has just become an excuse that it's okay to lose. They haven't been to Eastern Conference Finals, and Matt, I know I'm getting touchy with your boys, but I just need to get some of this off because I feel for the Sixers fans and I feel for the Sixers. Not necessarily the Sixers because this is what they want, I guess. You go, the process is all about draft picks and lottery picks. So you're building, you get Joel Embiid, what was he? What pick was he? Number 3? I think he was pick number 3 or something. You pull him, he starts the process. You get Ben Simmons as a first rounder. Simmons goes, or no. First or third pick, whatever Simmons was, another first or third pick. You get Markelle Fultz, first pick. You get Markel Fultz first pick. Guess who you gave up on that? JT. You traded JT pick for Markel Fultz because they traded up. Celtics traded down. At what point does the process end? And I'm going to tell you, it ended last night. The process is over. You need to blow up the team. I don't know about I'm not going to go super far and say blow up the whole team where you got Embiid freaking you're giving him away cuz he's the MVP. He's the MVP. Like I'm not going to go that far to say you get rid of Embiid. But at this point, can Embiid get you a championship, let alone to the Eastern Conference Finals? Can he get you to the Eastern Conference Finals one time? It's been 5 years, 6 years. Dude, I got a bachelor's degree in the time that he hasn't made the freaking conference finals. Wizards need Embiid. Oh, Lord. I mean, you guys need anybody, right? Yeah. So Harden is gone. Let's just start there. Harden's gone. It's already I think Woj just tweeted this morning and yeah, it's already in the air. Harden strongly wants to go back to Houston. If I'm the Sixers, get rid of him tonight. Send him to Houston. Send James Harden is on the downhill decline, and this isn't a shot at Houston. Houston has a young core. They're gonna be fine. They just got I'm Udoka. You know where I'm Udoka fans over here. They're freaking gonna be good. They're not getting last next year. However, Harden might be a better fit over there. He's on the decline. Maybe you need some veteranship over there. He's gonna be a starter down there. He's with all those young kids. They're gonna get a draft pick. If I'm 76ers, get rid of him tonight to Houston. Let's start clearing up some cap space. Wizards need Harden. We'll give them Bradley Beal. I don't know. Do you even want that? Do you want that? I mean that. I feel like that's a 1-for-1 trade. Who's getting better in that scenario? No one's winning a chip with Harden. He only knows how to play pick and roll offense, too one-dimensional, easy. Yeah, no defense either. I don't want Harden back in H-Town, but I won't be mad to be honest either. I wouldn't be mad if I'm Houston. You guys got nothing to lose. You guys are gonna get better regardless. Yo, Shifty, 10-monther, appreciate the sub, baby. Um, if I'm Houston, you guys are gonna get better. You guys are gonna be better than this year. It's easy to take a step forward for you guys. Harden will benefit you guys, I think. But Sixers, blow him out of there. Pause. Get rid of old boy, dude. He threw. And it's so hard to say that because he kept you guys in it at the same time this series. Marcel, hit me up, bro. For real. He kept you in it, dude. He took game one. It's hot as fuck. I know. Dude, it's the freaking. Look at this, bro. You can't be that far from me. It is hot as hell. Like, I say this, Harden kept them. He did his job, stole game one in the first series. Then he had his little 40-point game in game four, smoked us, lit us up. He became a threat. Every time he had the ball in his hand, I was like, dude, you got to put a body on him. You got to double team him at this rate. He did that in this series, and at the same time, he freaking threw the other 4 games. The dude, I mean, this is sickening right here. I'm just gonna pull it up for our sake. And I know it's small on your screen, but James Harden, 41 minutes. So he played the most on the whole roster behind Maxey. 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 9 points. Triple, single, James Harden in a game 7. Dude, as a professional athlete that has been in the league as long as he's been in, This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Tyrese Maxey, the young kid, gave you 17 points in a game 7. He plays the same position Harden plays. And honestly, Maxey's more of a true point guard than Harden. No oh, 14 turnovers. Yeah, how could we forget? Inconsistent, but this is like different. It's different. I expect this stat line from like Milton. Milton gave you 4 minutes and he gave you a triple donut across the board. That's fine. Dude, James Harden, you were supposed to come here and at least get to the Eastern Conference Finals one time with you have the MVP, current reigning MVP, James Harden the MVP. Don't get me started on Tobias Harris. I mean, he was the game 7 and you let Tobias Harris, your leading scorer, bro, in a game 7, dude. I mean, I could sit here and rant about this, like, dude, I am sorry, truly sorry to 76ers fans. I watched it live. I watched it live. Trying to get the saturation right, my bad, but the sun is freaking cooking. It's just, I don't like the way my hand looks. Look at that. Look at that. Here we go. I'll bring it down to, look. I'ma just, there we go. There we go. Look at us figuring it out. Um, Harden's gone. Harden's gone from Philly. If I'm Philly, he's gone. Doc Rivers is getting a lot of blame. I don't think it's his fault, but if you need another voice in Embiid's ear, um, to just switch it up, to switch up the environment, to give them a different look, you might have to get rid of Doc again. But like, you, I don't blame him for this performance. You throw a game 6. Let's not overlook this. You had the Celtics were on the back ropes. You had them. You had them like this, bro. It was over. The momentum was gone. I'm talking about game 6. Tyrese Maxey hits that and one, gets to the free throw line. There's 4 minutes on the clock. The momentum is gone. The Celtics, you're starting to see the body language of the Celtics. Dude, and Tatum comes and shuts you down. Listen, as a Celtics fan, from that point when I saw JT do that, I knew he was coming in. That's why I was sending messages out, bro. I knew. I knew. I'm not no time traveler or none of that, but I knew after that closing game, JT was back and he was gonna do something big in this game. I sound like LeBron James. But listen, I didn't think he was gonna drop 50. Yeah, I did. 40 plus is what I was thinking. Um, but listen, when you watch that last 3.5 minutes, JT's first shot, I'm not gonna say it's luck. It was lucky, but you could tell he went up a little stiff, right? He was 0 for whatever, 1 for 14 the whole game. He's coming off the 2 bad games before that, the 2 0 for starts on top of the third one. He went up a little stiff. It probably wasn't supposed to go in, but he was gonna shoot his way out the building. Boom, hit it. Okay? Then he went right into the second one. They drew up a play. I wish I was able to live stream the games and my reaction in live. But I was watching it with my buddy and I said, draw it up for JT, just set a pick and roll, boom, he went up and it was different. It was different when he went up that time. I'm gonna tell you how it was different. The first shot was stiff. The second shot was not. He felt it on the second one. The first one was the only thing he needed. All he needed was to see the ball go in the hoop. And that was it. That was where they messed up. Because then he rolled right into that second one and flicked it, and that was it. Bang. And then he came back, third one. It was game at that point because the time was out. And then he banged out a fourth one. You throw a closeout game six at home like that. I don't know. It would have been an upset if the Celtics lost last night, which I'm sure the odds and all that it was, but people truly still had the Sixers coming out of that. And I said, look, first, Celtics are not losing three in one series at home, three home games in one series. Two, they were still favored. Right. Yeah, I figured they were still favored, but still. They lost two home games in this series, and people were trying to tell me they're going to lose a third one. They're going to lose a game seven third at home. They're going to lose in the Garden three times in one series. Not even three times in the playoffs. Three times in one series at home. No, dude. No. Now, yesterday's game, it started off choppy. Not really, not really. It was just there wasn't a lot of defense being played. I mean, you got freaking Tucker having a career night on us in the first quarter. And I told the guy I was watching with, Matt is in the chat. I told him, I said, we can live with that. Let him keep shooting that. It's going to stop falling. It's going to stop falling. Let PJ Tucker keep shooting those open threes. Okay, he has 11 points in the first quarter. Fine. Leave him open again. Leave him open for the rest of the game. Let's play defense on these other guys. We want that shot. We can live and die by the PJ Tucker three. I don't know how PJ Tucker is a starter on that team. I don't know how PJ Tucker is a starter on any team right now. And maybe that's why the 76ers are moving on. I mean, they don't got a complete roster. Doc Rivers in interviews is saying this was the roster. He felt they had everything they needed. No, you didn't. You have PJ Tucker in the starting lineup. And don't give me that garbage of, well, he brings that defensive intensity. Well, he plays on the defensive end. Well, he's like a glue factor. He's like your Marcus Smart. No, he's not. PJ Tucker? Dude, throw a rock in Philly's arena at Game 6, throw a rock and tell me how many people you hit with a PJ Tucker jersey on. Guarantee you you could count on two hands of people, one hand of people who had a Tucker jersey in that building. Game 6 in Philadelphia. Dude, Tucker is not a starter. So when he has a career night in the first quarter and he banged out I think two or three open threes and had a nice a little in the paint drive, dude, live with that. In a game 7, give PJ Tucker that versus a Harden. Harden hits 11 in that first quarter like PJ did. It's a whole different ball game. Because now you're not getting 9-point Harden. You're on the risk of getting 40-point Harden. Do you see what I'm saying? Are you guys following me? Which is why, yes, the first quarter was annoying to watch last night. But I wasn't concerned. I wasn't worried. Because on top of that, I think JT had 8 at the end of the first quarter. Jaylen Brown had his 6. Everybody on the Celtics that needed to be scoring and needed to get some momentum and some confidence got it in the first quarter. The ball just didn't go our way. It kept it a little close, which is another thing. The officiating, dude, the first half officiating was garbage. And as a fan, it's easy to say that for every team, every game, every loss. It's easy to blame officials. But dude, First quarter alone, we had 4 calls that didn't go our way. That were not didn't go our way. 4 calls that were wrongfully given to the Sixers. Wrongfully. You had the one where James Harden kicked the ball out and they didn't call it. They called it off on our guy. So then luckily they didn't score on that play, but still, that's a possession. That's a turnover. Scott Foster was on one in that. Dude, the first half he was. It was pissing me off. Um, and there was a couple more like foul calls that weren't fouls. Um, I think there was another out of bounds play. Uh, and then you're gonna give Jaylen Brown a T after his whole kneecap was grabbed from the bench. And I read a report that apparently in Game 6 there was in the last or in that game there was there was 15 wrong calls towards the Sixers and 6 wrong calls towards the Celtics in that game. That was like their breakdown at the end of the game that they always do, where they show like how many missed calls there were, how many went in each favor that were like wrong that should have been flipped. And it was like 16 to 6 or something. 76ers had more. Dude, there's 150 plus calls made in a game. And you're going to tell me that the difference of 10 changed that outcome? Because obviously they're counting all kinds of different regardless. So I read that and then they were saying that's why Scott Foster and the ref team early threw like Philly a bunch of bones. Dude, what is up with that even and out crap? You call a game how you call a game. You call a foul when you call a foul. You make the right calls all the time. You don't even it up like dude, this Miami series is going to piss me off cuz I was watching Miami versus Knicks. Every time I have the game on, every time I flick to that channel, dude, Jimmy Butler's at the free throw line. It happened last year. Last year when Jimmy Butler had 22 free throws against us in one game. It's going to be sickening. But that's my point. Dude, if Jimmy Butler gets fouled that many times to shoot 22 free throws and they were all fouls, you made the right call. The Celtics are fouling him too much. They're fouling him up. They're fouling him enough times to get him 22 free throws. Okay, bad play on the Celtics. Now don't, because you gave Jimmy Butler 22 in that game and you think, oh, well, mistakes, that don't come back and give the Celtics some early whistles on the next game so you can even out that. So at the end of the series, you can say, well, the Celtics shot 190 free throws and Philadelphia shot 183. We called it even. Don't give me that. Don't play that game. Make the correct calls. Like, dude, officiating in the NBA is the one bad thing that I have not gotten used to. I hate it as a fan because it affects the game so much. Guess who's back? Carter back in action. That's what I like to hear, baby. Since gambling has swept across Vegas odds across the states, legally officiating has went down the drain. Dude, yeah. I mean, that's a good take. I hate officiating in the NBA. I think it's the I mean, you can say it like I said, you could say it's bad every game, every team, every sport, but like NBA affects a lot. But I guess you could say that about any sport. Um, moving on, we kind of touched on freaking Harden, bro. Harden's gone, dude. Give up, give up Tobias Harris today, today. Send him in a package deal to Houston if that's what it takes, dude. We talked about it. The process is dead, okay? There's no more process, dude. You guys are losing. You guys can't crack the freaking second round. You lose. You threw another 3-2 lead. You're up 3-2. You have a closeout game 6. You lose that and then you get blown out in a game 7. I see so many traveling carries and more. Yeah, I mean, like it's just I don't know. Tobias Harris is gone. You got to get rid of him. PJ Tucker, we talked about him. Dude, you keep Joel Embiid, you keep Tyrese Maxey, and then you clean house. You clean house. I like Tyrese Maxey. He's freaking good. He's gonna be good. He's young. He's the future. He's the process of the freaking Sixers. You keep Maxey. Embiid, you you got to bring in pieces to support him, but I don't know if you treat him like a Giannis. I don't think you do. Giannis, you run the offense through Giannis. Giannis should be touching the ball every single time up the court on the Bucks. Every single time. Giannis should get a touch and make a play, and the offense is ran through him. I don't think you have to do that with Embiid. I think you could bring some other good guys who can run the offense, and Embiid is essentially the MVP on the team. You got the Embiid on your team, right? So like think of the 76ers as the Avengers. Okay? They're not. But think about them as the Avengers. Embiid is your Hulk. But you still need a Captain America. You still need an Iron Man. You could get away with Tyrese Maxey as your freaking I guess he's like your Iron Man. You still need a Thor. You got the Hulk. Okay? Embiid is the Hulk. He's gonna do his thing. But sometimes you don't need the Hulk. Anyways, 76ers, as a 76ers fan, these similes and metaphors are fire. Appreciate it. I don't know. I think the 76ers, if I'm a 76ers fan, I'm kind of excited for the offseason because obviously you guys can't get over the hump with this roster, and I think a lot of changes are coming to that team. Um, so it could be an exciting offseason. Um, So that let's talk about Celts real quick. Celts, freaking JT making history last night. Literally a legacy game. Literally a legacy game. 51. Dude, mark my words, bro. Heat are in trouble. Quote this, clip it, do whatever you want to do with this clip. The Heat are in trouble. And it's not the Heat's fault, okay? The Heat, they're dogs, they're grinders. It's going to be an annoying series, but it's not the Heat's fault why they're in trouble. It's the league's MVP and the Philadelphia 76ers fault for why the freaking Heat are in trouble. The Heat wanted the 70s. Oh, dude. I know Heat fans that were just hoping that they got the 76ers matchup cuz here's the thing. And I'm going to get back to that. Celtics Heat matchups are everything. Matchups are everything. I believe that basketball NBA matchups are everything. Celtics have the better matchups over the Heat. Just like I think Celtics had the better matchups over Philly, and I think the Hawks had the better matchup than the Celtics, which is why the first series against the Hawks went to a game 6 when everyone was like, it should have been a sweep. Even me, I thought it was a sweep. After watching that series, I had to credit just the Hawks having better matchups against our team, which is what made it kind of difficult for Boston. Boston was the better team, and they won in 6, but the reason it went 6 was because the Hawks had a better matchup. Philly, obviously, you have your lopside. I just feel like coming into this series, the Celtics were still out of focus a little bit, and then they had that game 6 with Atlanta in the first round. they were just a little, they weren't clicking, which is why I think the Heat are in trouble because, dude, there was a visible difference from the end of Game 6 and all of Game 7. There's a visible difference of confidence, of just team play, intensity, all that stuff, all the, the classic coaching stuff. And I think that's going to carry over. Jaylen Brown sent a message to the Celtics crowd and fans. Dude, that place was loud. On just watching on TV and listening to the crowd through the TV, it sounded freaking loud. And I haven't heard that the whole Hawks series and honestly the whole 76 series until last night. And that's what Jaylen Brown was saying. That's why he called him out. He called the Garden out. And I think this the I don't think. I just know that that crowd is going to be like that every time in Boston for the rest of the playoffs. Every home game is going to be loud. Um, and I think our guys, they feed off that. JT, JB, they feed off it. They called for it and then they fed off it. Um, so I'm feeling confident going into the Heat series, but I'm not feeling like a Bucks confident, you know? I'm not feeling arrogant. And we can, I still do think the Heat have frolicked and fluked their way to the Eastern Conference Finals yet again. Yet again, the Heat are in the Eastern Conference Finals because of something. But they're here. And I'm not going to say the Bucks were arrogant, but I think the Bucks thought that it was going to be okay, even minus Giannis, and they got slapped in the mouth and paid that price. And then the Knicks, dude. Give me a break, bro. Like, honestly, the Sixers Celtics should have been the Eastern Conference matchup. We should be going up against the Sixers right now to get in the finals. But I'm not going to complain. That's neither here or there. The Heat got lucky and played an injured Bucks. I mean, they had to play freaking facilitator Drew Holiday and Middleton, the guy who was supposed to break Boston last year if he was there, and all those spot up shooters. They beat them, and then they got to walk into the second round and play a piss poor attitude Knicks and Jalen Brunson. I wish Celtics finished the series sooner because Jimmy Butler's ankle was swollen like a jaw break from Ed and Eddie. Knicks are a joke. Not the same Heat team though. No Hero Oladipo who locked Jalen the fuck up last year and Jimmy Hurdy. Oh, Jimmy Hurt. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think the Nick or the Heat have had literally a Mickey Mouse run to the Eastern Conference Finals, but I still think they're going to be like a thorn in the side to the Celtics because we're still talking about the Celtics here. Now, unless, which we saw the visible flip switch from the Celtics. Now, if they flip it back off, we could have an interesting series on our hands, because the Celtics are the better team. The Celtics have been this whole year a championship caliber team. They're the Eastern Conference champions. They're reigning Eastern Conference champions from last year, and they're the finals. They're the Eastern representatives. So we've had the better team. We finished second. The Heat finished eighth. We have the better team. And then you throw in all those injuries, all those people who are out, all of that. Then it's like a no-brainer. However, if JT and Jaylen Brown and these boys decide to flick off the the switch and pull a little Bucks action, pull a tiny little Bucks action, the series could get interesting. I am predicting a Celtics in 5. I got Celtics putting this away in 5 because I believe that the switch is on for the Celtics. I think they're locked in, they're focused. They've been punched in the mouth enough this postseason by both the Hawks and Philly that they're good. If they had swept Hawks and kind of breezed through Philly, I'd be a little more nervous because that whole thing of just not used to losing. They haven't really faced adversity. Dude, the Celtics have faced freaking adversity this postseason. Game 6 Hawks, and you go Game 7 with Philly. They're good. So, and I think there's been a noticeable switch that they flipped. I think they can hold that and have a slip up game. That's what I'm predicting. I think they win in 5, and they're gonna have and the only reason it's 5 is because they're gonna have a slip up game where we get some classic Celtics, old, just dirty, nasty Celtics basketball one night. Everybody's off. Jimmy Butler gets it going, and he's going to drop like 38, 10, and 6 on us. And you're going to have Lowry that somehow manages to give them 23 and put 23 on our head because of his little freaking stubby build spot up 3 runarounds and his freaking falling leg. I can see that game happening, but only once. One time. It's going to be in Miami. And I'm going to predict game 3. Boston goes up 3-0. Miami punches us in our mouth. We go back to Boston, shut it down there. That's my prediction. And I'm predicting that because of the switch. If this switch didn't happen, even if we would have won and then it would have been a back and forth battle and we didn't get the legacy game from JT and we got like a 25 from him and it was a good team win, I'd be a little more nervous. But the problem is, I think our offense flows and is dictated through what Tatum wants it to be. And I do think Jaylen Brown is a second option, and he could be a first option on many other teams, but he's a second option here. And JB, when you watch him, he follows JT's steps. JB loves to step up when JT's down, which is why they have a good yin yang. However, JT sets the tone a lot of the time. And if we can get last night JT, I'm not asking for him to do 50. I'm not asking for him to even do 40 plus. I'm saying if JT gives us a nice 31-point average this whole series, we'll be done in 5 and we'll be in the finals once again with a shot at the title at Banner 18. I'm telling you. I think he can do it. I'm predicting he will do it. I think we're going to get a nice 31-point average series from JT, and I think we're going to get a nice 25, 26er from JB. Um, I mean, if you look at this stat line, I can live with this stat line, but you bring JT down to 35. I think that gives more. You keep JB where he's at with 25, you're going to get your 12s and 15s out of Brogdon. You're going to get more out of D White. D White, people are forgetting. D White had an 18-point series against the Hawks, 18 average. Um, and it was 25 through 4 games. He was averaging 25 points through 4 games in Atlanta, and then he had a couple 7 bombs at the end that lowered it. But D White, I mean, he hit that 3 yesterday. How many? What did he go yesterday? How do I think he went. He only took 4 shots, and he took 3 3-pointers. He hit one of them, and he looked good. It was nothing but he drained it. It was an easy shot for him. I think you bring him. Check that out right there, boys. Check that out right there. Oh, you can't see it. Um, so yeah, I think D White, he's gonna be a little better this. I think essentially is what I'm saying is JT is not gonna have his 50-point games, and it's gonna spread the wealth a little more. The ball's gonna be in other people's hands. His defense was still big for the series. I agree. I agree. Uh, Marcus Smart, he's on or off, but he. I think we're okay. Now this next series, I'm gonna try to do it every game. These episodes, so that way I don't have to fill as much in. But um, I'm predicting the Celtics in 5 there, and it's gonna be an annoying 5. I don't think it's gonna be a breeze. I don't think we're gonna have 112 to 88s. We're gonna have one or two of those, but I think we're gonna have some squeakers because also, God, I am not ready to freaking see the Jimmy Butler tired freaking. I'm not ready to see this and just them. Jimmy Butler just he's so tired, and just him with like 31, and he's played the whole game with one break, and it's like a back and forth game, and I gotta watch the camera zoom in on Jimmy Butler just. And then he goes out and does a little Kobe little fadeaway and hits it for an and one. And he's on the ground screaming and everyone's just gassing it up like he's so tired. Dude, you're a fucking professional athlete. If it come Dude, Jalen Brunson played 48 minutes the other day and you didn't get that. Dude, I kid you not. I kid you not. I watched the freaking. It's every time, dude. Ever since the meme came out from him in the bubble where he's like this, when he has like 40 whatever, and he's just on the side, and he's just scoring all the points for the Heat, and he's just sitting there. Ever since that came out, he just plays into it. And people try to argue. I saw something. They were skull dragging Philly in the process. They got rid of all these guys. They could have had Tatum. Uh, they could have had, or they had Butler. Dude, Embiid, I think, is a problem. You want to run your offense, like I said, around other guys, but Embiid needs the ball in his hands. He's still the Hulk. So, dude, Jimmy Butler needs the ball in his hands. Jimmy Butler's the Hulk with a little dash of Captain America on him. That's why it didn't work. It wouldn't have worked. It didn't work. I don't know why they try to say, "Hey, they had all these." Dude, no. Philadelphia has built their entire team and franchise and legacy off of MVP Bede. And that's what they get. Not in a like attack punch way. Not that I didn't say that's what they get. I meant like that's what they have. They want Joel Embiid. That's their guy, and that's their guy. Don't like all that speculation. Well, if they would have kept Jimmy dude, they tried. And also, you wouldn't have got this Jimmy Butler over there. You didn't have him to begin with. What makes the difference? Nonetheless, Celtics in 5 going into this next series. On the Western Conference end, we got Denver Lakers. I'm not even going to discuss let's get through the series first. I'm not even going to entertain the Celtics Lakers script right now. Because one, I would prefer if LeBron just got booted in this round. And I am in fact going for Nuggets. That is the home. I consider it a home team, the home crowd. But I also got something to show you guys real quick. Uh, Look, I had a prediction off the jump back in February. I tweeted it in February. Um, I'm just flexing my NBA knowledge on you guys right here. Just, I know ball. Right? Here we go, boys. Check this out. Boom. Do I need to make it a little bigger? It's still a Celtics Nuggets finals. That was February 11th. That was before the All-Star break. Um, Look, I said it. I said it in my first episode of this. I said it in my first episode, and I can kind of show you guys a little rerun back here. If you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me at MetroFPS on Twitter. Um, he knows ball. He said Lakers Celtics though. Oh, they shut it off. I can't see. I can't see my. Why'd they do that? Oh, here we go. Look, I had Boston. I had Celtics Denver from the jump. Um, Sacramento butchered my West, and obviously the Bucks butchered my East. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect Miami to be in the ECF, but here we are. Regardless, look at that Final Four, or look at that championship. I mean, not the Final Four. You know, your boy might be onto something. I'm really rooting for it because if that's the case, I go home next month for a few weeks, and it will be during finals time. I'm hoping the Celtics obviously make it to the finals, but I'm also hoping Denver does as well because um, I'm getting tickets to every single Denver home game when I'm there, if I'm there. That's what's happening. He said Lakers Heat bubble rematch. Dude, that's the other thing, bro. I saw something saying, oh my God, dude, the media, Twitter kills me, bro. Twitter kills me, dude. I take Twitter, like, dude, sometimes I have to do this with Twitter. I kind of just take information, throw some out, take some in. Dude, the shit I read on Twitter is insane. Like, I am almost against free speech every time I log into Twitter. Anyways, saw the Final Four. Nuggets, Lakers, Celtics, Heat. Saw a Final Four picture, and it said, so I guess it wasn't a bubble fluke. I guess they're not bubble teams. Don't, do not disrespect the fucking Celtics like that again. Do not put the word Celtics and bubble in the same sentence again. Honestly. Honestly. Do not say that again. The Miami Heat? Yes. The Miami Heat? Yes. He said Nuggets, Celtics, and Heat have been consistent, though. You have a point, yes. The Heat have been consistent. Um, they have been. I just think they have had the Mickey the Mickey run. Like, dude, they were playing the Knicks in the second round. The Knicks. How'd you get the Knicks, dude? And the Lakers have LeBron. Yeah, I think the Lakers are just inconsistent. They made the trade after the deadline. They did get better. Um, but it's like Miami somehow finds a way to the Eastern Conference Finals every year. I just don't like, I think Miami's fan base. I don't like a lot of the Eastern. I don't like a lot. I don't like every single fan base except the Celtics fan base, I guess. They beat the Bucks. We already talked about this, Marcel. We already talked about that. Come on now. Nonetheless, um, we're 53 minutes in. I'll probably do another one of these before Wednesday with some more gathered thoughts. Game is Wednesday. Game one. Yeah, yeah, Marcel, you missed my whole spiel. You missed my whole spiel of Celtics Heat. My little pre-thoughts about it. I pretty much said I think we're winning in five, but I think it's gonna be an annoying ass series. I don't think it's gonna be like a healthy five. I think it's gonna be an annoying five. Um, but we'll see. We'll see, right? Um, but I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. Get this upload. He said, "Well, fuck, I was in the shower." Yeah, don't worry, I'm uploading it to YouTube. He said, "Nasty ass water here." I'm uploading it to YouTube. Thanks for dropping in. I'm gonna end the stream and play a little bit of Warzone here in a minute. I'm gonna start it up. Um, but that's all I got on my head right now. Pause. Gave you a nice little under the hour episode, and we'll wrap it. We'll wrap it up. I'm done torching your time. Listen to this on your YouTube. Freaking put it on while you're in the shower. Do whatever you need to do. 54 minutes of me talking. That's all you need. Celtics in 5. Adios. See you on the next episode. Bye.